Okay, so if you're watching this, that means I did it. I stopped talking about it and I stopped convincing myself not to do it. And after years of talking about it, I've done it. I've uploaded a video to YouTube that is genuinely me. And my phone is going off because, great. I want y'all to know it's 2 a.m. So who is this texting me at 1:58 in the morning while I'm yawning? Anyways, if you'll notice that about me through our journey together, that I often break out in song. And if I'm looking here, because this is where my screen is, so yeah. So a couple things about me before I talk about what I really want to talk about. I've been going back and forth with myself on uploading YouTube videos. I've done it for a while. I've tried to be like what was popular and do all this stuff, and it just didn't work out. It wasn't me. And now that I've gotten to a place where I kind of know where I am and know where I'm going, I'm ready, question mark, to do this. So my name's Carice and I'm on a journey. Through this journey of discovery, this journey of finding you and finding me. Shout out to anyone who watched Half and Half. But anyways, yeah, so I'm 22. I'm a college senior and I suffer from major depressive disorder. Wow, phone, I'm popping tonight. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, but all right. But yeah, so I suffer from major depressive disorder and anxiety, and I feel like I have suffered through this for a large part of my life, and it's shown up in ways that since I was a kid I've been like lazy and slovenly, like didn't really care what I look like, hated to shower, hated to leave my bedroom, hated to interact with other people, or I say hated but afraid is the actual word, or anxious. Even to this day I'm anxious about meeting new people, anxious about having conversations and all those things. And it took me to be 21 and get to college, or to see a doctor, to be like, something's wrong. I haven't left my bed in weeks. I haven't gone to class in weeks. I have been too anxious, too scared, too pit in my stomach to send an email to a professor to ask for help. Because I didn't understand depression, I blame myself. I was like, oh, you don't want to be better. You don't want to go to class. You don't want to anything. And I blame myself because I was blamed. As much as I love my mom and I love my dad and all these things and my grandmother, I was lazy, I was nasty, I didn't care and all these things, which none of those things are true. To this day, none of those things are true. At 8 or 10 years old, one, you don't understand how to put into words that you can't. So you just don't. And your parents at that age don't know, or it has never come across to them that something may be wrong with you mentally. And what's wild is I remember being a child and my grandmother saying that they should take me to a psychiatrist or take me to talk to someone, and I don't know, they were the adults in my life, so I don't know why that decision was never made, because I feel like my life could have gotten a lot better a lot faster if that decision was made for me, but ultimately it was not, and I journeyed on. I'm at college now. Well, this is my senior year, but last year I got to college. I got away from home and did the move into the dorm thing, and my family was there and moved me in, and we did that whole thing. And for about 2 weeks I felt like a different person. I cleaned my room, I went outside and went into the common areas and spoke to people. So the 2 weeks was over, the honeymoon period was over, and I went back to not showering, not sleeping, not eating, not cleaning my room. And it's very hard to do that when you share a room with someone else. But I've always had my own space. I've always had my own space to do whatever I wanted to do in. And when you share a box with another person, it's hard. It's different. So, and then to have, not to have your depression show up, but for your depression to no longer just be in your little nest. Like, it's not just locked away in your bedroom or your bathroom. It's in a bedroom that you share with another person. That created more anxiety in me, which made me more depressed. But because even when I'm not looking out for me, God's always looking out for me, I met some amazing people last year who changed my life and who continue to change my life to this day, who I will never be able to thank for all the things and the greatness that they have done for me. And I'm blessed. I won't say lucky. I won't say any of those things. I would say blessed, because they are everything that I needed. And they are, to this day, continue to be everything that I needed. And even through my darkest times, they helped. Ultimately, there's only so much help that a friend can provide. You need to go see a doctor. One of those great people, Vanessa, my RA, who is like, or who was my RA, who is, I call her my best friend, because friend is a word that I feel like we use very lightly, but she's a friend in the way that God defines a friend. Like, she is willing to listen, and she checks in on me, and she makes sure that I'm okay, and all the things to make sure that I'm all right. And I'm blessed to have her. But because of her position, she was able to point me in a direction to get some help. We have so many resources. They're not perfect, because I'll also talk to you maybe in a later video about the issues I had getting help. So first, I went to the wellness center, and I had a triage appointment. So I spoke with a psychiatrist. That's the first time I said to someone who I didn't have to lie to because they weren't my family. I didn't have to pretend to because they weren't my friend. I was completely honest about all the things that I have ever thought or felt or was scared of. And I felt completely safe to do that because they were a stranger. And I always said, if I met a stranger, I would tell them everything. I would be completely honest with them and all this stuff. And I did that, which felt like a weight off my shoulders. And it was great. It was fantastic. Then came the next step of having to tell my parents. Thanks for watching part 1. I'm truly grateful, and I hope it helped you feel not alone. So follow me on Twitter at HelloCarice. Let's talk.